pricing can make or break your business, so it's important to get this right from day one. Let's start by talking about why setting a fair yet profitable price is key. If you underprice your items, buyers might think they aren't worth much quality-wise, which isn't good for your brand's image. On the flip side, overpricing can scare potential customers away since Etsy shoppers are generally looking for deals and affordable options. Now, let's get into some nitty-gritty details about how to price your products competitively while ensuring you're making a profit. Start by researching what similar items are selling for on Etsy and other online platforms. Look at both higher-priced luxury items and lower-cost everyday pieces. This will help you gauge the average price range in your niche. Also, consider the materials and labor costs that go into creating each item. Factor in all expenses so you're not losing money. Another important aspect is understanding market demand. If you notice there's high interest for a particular type of product, you might be able to charge slightly more without affecting sales negatively. Conversely, if demand is low, you may need to adjust your prices downwards or improve the item's appeal somehow. Don't forget about shipping costs either. Make sure you're not absorbing all the shipping expenses yourself when setting prices. It's okay to factor in a little extra for delivery charges so you're still turning a profit overall. Lastly, consider offering discounts or special deals on certain items to attract buyers and build your customer base. For instance, you might create a bundle deal where multiple products are sold at a slightly lower price than buying them individually, or offer free shipping as an incentive for larger purchases. In conclusion, mastering pricing is essential for any Etsy store owner looking to succeed in the marketplace. By doing thorough research, understanding your costs and competitors, and offering attractive deals, you can set prices that attract customers while ensuring profitability. Let's dive into understanding what factors affect product pricing decisions. Now, when we think about setting prices for our products, there are several key elements that come into play. First off, let's talk about market demand. If you've got high-demand goods or services, you can charge a premium price. But then again, if the market is saturated and competition is fierce, you might have to keep your prices lower to attract customers. Another major factor is production costs. The cost of materials, labor, and manufacturing processes all contribute significantly to pricing decisions. If these costs are high, it's going to be challenging to offer low prices without cutting into your profit margins. On the flip side, if you can reduce your costs through efficient operations or sourcing cheaper raw materials, you might have more wiggle room when setting prices. Customer perception is also crucial. Some folks will pay a premium for products they believe are high quality or luxury items. This ties in with brand positioning too. If you position yourself as an upscale retailer, you can justify higher prices compared to budget brands. Similarly, if your product is perceived as a bargain, then lowering the price might boost sales and attract more customers. Then there's the issue of competitor pricing. You need to know what others are charging for similar products or services. You don't want to be undercutting yourself by setting prices lower than competitors, but equally important, you shouldn't overprice your product, making it uncompetitive in the market. Lastly, let's not forget about taxes and fees, which can impact how much customers pay at the final checkout stage. So all these factors combined: demand, costs, perception, competition, and taxes play a role in determining where to set your prices. In summary, pricing decisions are complex and require a thorough analysis of multiple factors including market conditions, production expenses, customer perceptions, competitor strategies, and regulatory requirements. Balancing all these elements helps ensure that you're setting the right price for your product or service while also making sure it's profitable and competitive in the marketplace. Let's dive into the world of Etsy and learn how to conduct a competitive market analysis that will help you stand out from the crowd. First off, what exactly is a competitive market analysis? Well, it's all about understanding your competition, what they're selling, their prices, and their target audience. This knowledge helps you position your own products effectively in the Etsy marketplace. To get started, head over to Etsy and search for products similar to yours. Look at listings from top sellers and note down key details such as product descriptions, pricing, materials used, and customer reviews. Also, pay attention to how they structure their shop page. What sections do they have? How are products organized? Next up, consider the nitty-gritty of sales strategies. Are there any promotions or discounts being offered by competitors that you could match or improve upon? Check if there are seasonal trends influencing product popularity and adjust your offerings accordingly. Don't forget to look at seller feedback too. High-ticket items might come with higher expectations for customer service, so make sure your reviews reflect excellence in this area. Now think about what makes your products unique. Maybe it's a special material you use, or perhaps an innovative design that sets you apart from others. Highlight these differences prominently in your listings to attract buyers who are looking for something distinctive. Lastly, consider reaching out to potential customers through social media platforms like Instagram or Pinterest. Share photos of your Etsy shop and engage with followers to build a loyal fan base before they even make their first purchase. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to conducting an effective competitive market analysis that helps you navigate the Etsy marketplace successfully. So there you have it. Now go ahead and put this knowledge into action. Happy selling! All right, everyone, today we're diving into something really exciting, analyzing customer behavior and preferences. Imagine you've got this amazing product, but how do you know it's going to catch on? Well, by understanding what makes your customers tick, that's how. Let's start with the basics. Customer behavior is all about observing how people interact with your brand or product. It includes things like purchasing patterns and decision-making processes. Preferences, meanwhile, are more about what they actually like: colors, flavors, styles, you name it. Understanding both helps tailor your approach to meet their needs better. So where do we start? Well, first up is data collection. Gather all the information you can from customer surveys, social media interactions, and sales records. This gives us a baseline of what people are saying they like and how they're buying. It's not just about numbers, it's about telling us their story. Next, let's talk segmentation. Divide your customers into groups based on shared characteristics, age, location, income level, and tailor your strategy to each group. For instance, high-ticket items might appeal more to a higher-income demographic, while younger customers could prefer something trendier and more visually striking. Now, onto the nitty-gritty of analyzing behavior. Look for patterns in purchasing habits or browsing times. Maybe there's a spike in sales after a certain promotion. Use that insight to optimize your marketing calendar. Also, don't forget about feedback from customer service interactions. Those can be gold mines of information too. Preferences are equally important. Use social media listening tools to track mentions and hashtags relevant to your brand. This helps you understand what customers appreciate about your product and where improvements could be made. For example, if there's a recurring complaint about packaging waste, consider switching to eco-friendly materials. All right, let's wrap it up with some actionable steps. First, collect comprehensive data on customer behavior and preferences. Second, segment your audience for targeted approaches. Third, analyze trends and feedback from multiple sources. Finally, use these insights to guide product development and marketing strategies. There you have a framework to better understand your customers and cater to their needs effectively. Remember, the key is always listening and adapting based on what they tell you. Let's dive into calculating your costs effectively, an essential skill for managing finances wisely. Picture this: you're planning a vacation, but you don't know how much it'll cost yet. By breaking down each expense and adding them up step by step, you can estimate the total without any surprises. It's like building a puzzle where every piece is a cost. Let's start with identifying all your expenses, from flights to accommodation, meals, and activities. Once you have that list, break it down into high-ticket items versus everyday costs. High-ticket items are those big expenses like hotel stays or rental cars, whereas nitty-gritty details might include daily transportation fees or dining out. Next, estimate each cost using current prices or previous experiences as a guide. For instance, if you know flights to Hawaii typically cost around 500 round trip, jot that down. Then, add up all your expenses for a rough total. It's important to also consider hidden costs like baggage fees or visa charges. Don't forget about the little things that can quickly add up. Now comes the fun part. Adjusting these estimates based on any discounts you might find, such as early booking deals or package offers. By applying these savings, you'll see your total cost start to decrease, making your vacation more affordable and enjoyable. Remember, it's not just about cutting costs, but also optimizing where you spend money for maximum benefit. Finally, review everything one last time to ensure nothing is missing. It's like double-checking a math problem to make sure all the numbers add up correctly. Once you've done that, you'll have a clear picture of your expenses and can plan accordingly without any surprises along the way. In conclusion, calculating costs effectively is all about breaking things down into manageable pieces, estimating accurately, applying savings where possible, and reviewing thoroughly for accuracy. By following these steps, you'll be able to manage finances confidently and enjoy peace of mind knowing exactly what you're spending and why. Let's dive right into setting prices based on cost plus profit margin. This is a fundamental pricing strategy that every business should know about. So here we go. First off, what exactly does it mean to price something using the cost plus method? Well, basically you start by figuring out how much it costs to produce your product or service. That includes all expenses involved in making and delivering it materials, labor, overhead, everything that goes into bringing it to market. Once you've got that nailed down, you then add a profit margin on top of those costs. The neat thing about this method is that it ensures your price covers the cost of production plus makes sure you earn enough to stay profitable. But how do you decide what your profit margin should be? That depends on several factors like competition in your market, customer willingness to pay, and the overall value proposition of your product or service. For example, let's say a small bakery wants to price their high-ticket specialty cakes. They start by calculating all costs involved ingredients, labor for baking and decorating, plus utilities and rent for the kitchen space. Once they've figured out total cost per cake, they'll decide on an appropriate profit margin based on what similar bakeries charge. Now, one thing to remember is that this method doesn't necessarily account for market demand or competition directly. So while it helps ensure you're covering your costs plus earning a decent profit, you might want to look at other factors too, like how much room there is in the market price-wise and what customers are willing to pay. To sum up, setting prices based on cost plus involves calculating all production costs, then adding a profit margin. It's a straightforward way to ensure your pricing covers expenses while earning income, but be sure to also consider other factors like competition and customer demand when deciding margins. That wraps it up for today's lesson on the cost plus pricing method. I hope you found this helpful in understanding how to set prices based on costs plus profit margin. Let's dive into understanding how to determine the perceived value of your products. Perceived value is all about making customers feel that what you're offering them is worth every penny they spend on it. It's not just about the features or benefits, it's about how those translate in the minds of your buyers. To start, think about why people choose your product over others. Is it because it does something better? Or maybe because it looks nicer? These are surface-level reasons, but there's more to it than that. Dive deeper into what makes your customers tick their needs, desires, and pain points. Once you understand those, you can tailor your messaging to directly address them. Now let's talk about positioning your product in the market. High-ticket items require a different approach compared to lower-priced products. For instance, if you're selling luxury goods, every detail matters from how it's packaged to how knowledgeable and helpful your customer service is. These elements all contribute to making the buyer feel like they're getting something truly special. Next up is understanding your target market. Different demographics have different values. For example, young, tech-savvy millennials might be more interested in the latest gadgets, while baby boomers may place a higher value on craftsmanship and longevity. Tailoring your message to speak directly to these groups can significantly boost perceived value. Another key factor is customer experience. How easy is it for customers to buy from you? Are there any barriers that could stop them from completing their purchase? Streamlining the buying process can make all the difference in how valuable a customer feels your product is. Don't forget about reviews and testimonials, too. People trust recommendations from others who've used your products before, especially if they share similar experiences with your target market. Positive feedback can be incredibly powerful for enhancing perceived value. Lastly, think about the stories you tell around your brand or product. Stories are memorable and connect emotionally with customers. If you can weave a compelling narrative that resonates with what your buyers want, it will help elevate your product's worth in their minds. So there you have it, some key points to consider when determining the perceived value of your products. Remember, it's all about meeting customer needs while making them feel they're getting something truly unique and valuable. Let's dive into how we can effectively implement a premium pricing strategy for our Etsy listings. First off, it's important to understand why you want to go high ticket with your products. Maybe it's because they're unique, handmade, or simply of superior quality compared to what's available elsewhere. Whatever the reason, setting that price point is crucial. Now, when you decide on a premium pricing strategy for your Etsy listings, start by doing some research. Look at similar items in your category and see what prices are typical. But don't just settle there, consider adding a bit more if your product really stands out. For example, if most comparable products sell for $50, aim to price yours slightly higher, maybe around $60 or even $70, depending on its unique qualities. Next, think about how you're going to communicate the value of this premium pricing to potential buyers. This is where your product descriptions and listings come into play. Highlight what makes your item special. Perhaps it's made from high-quality materials, or perhaps it's handcrafted with love and care. Emphasize these unique selling points so customers understand why they're getting more for their money. It's also important to consider how premium pricing will affect sales volume versus overall revenue. You might sell fewer items at a higher price, but if each sale brings in significantly more profit, the overall revenue could be much greater than if you priced lower and sold many more units. Calculate this carefully based on your business goals and financial needs. Additionally, don't forget about marketing and promotion strategies that can help support your premium pricing. Investing in SEO-friendly titles and descriptions, using high-quality photos, and perhaps even creating a video showcasing the product's features can all contribute to attracting interested buyers who are willing to pay more for quality goods. Lastly, track your performance closely once you've implemented this strategy. Keep an eye on how sales numbers change with the new pricing structure. If you find that sales drop off significantly, consider adjusting your prices or revisiting your marketing approach. It's all about finding that sweet spot where quality meets affordability for your target audience. So there you have it, a few key steps to successfully implementing a premium pricing strategy on Etsy. Remember, setting the right price and communicating its value effectively is crucial in making sure customers see the worth in what you're selling. Today, we're diving into an exciting topic: how to adjust prices based on seasonal trends and demand. It's all about timing and knowing when your customers are most likely to buy something. Let's start by talking about why this is important. When you understand the high-ticket items that sell well during certain times of year, you can make sure those products are front and center in your store or online shop. For example, think about how many people rush out to buy winter coats right before it gets cold, or how summer swimwear sells like hotcakes as soon as the weather starts warming up. Now let's break this down a bit more logically. The first step is identifying seasonal trends for your specific products and services. This might mean looking at sales data from previous years or even checking out industry reports to see what others are doing in similar markets. Once you've got that information, you can start adjusting prices based on demand. During peak seasons, when there's high demand but limited supply, consider raising prices slightly to capitalize on the increased interest. On the flip side, if something isn't selling well during a slower season, lowering prices could help stimulate sales and clear out inventory faster. But remember, another key factor is understanding your target market's buying patterns. Some consumers are price-sensitive all year round, while others might be willing to pay more for certain products during festive seasons or holidays. Tailoring your pricing strategies to match these behaviors can make a significant difference in your bottom line. Now, let's talk about promotions and discounts. These can be really effective tools for driving sales during slower periods. For instance, offering bundle deals or package discounts can help move multiple items at once, making it easier for customers to justify spending more money on your products. Just remember to balance promotional pricing with regular prices so you don't devalue your brand. Lastly, consider implementing dynamic pricing strategies that adjust automatically based on real-time demand and inventory levels. This could involve using software tools or platforms that analyze sales data in the background and tweak prices accordingly. It's a bit more advanced, but can really pay off for businesses dealing with fluctuating demand throughout the year. In conclusion, adjusting your prices according to seasonal trends and demand is all about staying flexible and responsive to market conditions. By keeping an eye on what's happening both within your business and in the wider industry, you can make smart pricing decisions that boost sales without compromising profitability. Let's dive into how using time-based discounts can really give your sales a boost. Imagine this. You've got some high-ticket items that aren't moving as fast as you'd like. By offering limited-time discounts or special offers, you create urgency and encourage customers to make those purchases sooner rather than later. First off, let's talk about the types of time-based discounts you can use. Flash sales are a great example. These are short-lived deals where you offer big savings for just a day or two. Another option is daily deals, like offering 10% off every Tuesday or Friday. This creates regularity and helps customers know when to expect savings. Next up, consider using countdown timers on your website. These little clocks create a sense of scarcity and urgency, making customers feel they need to act fast before the deal expires. Pair that with some eye-catching visuals and compelling copy, like limited time offer or hurry sale ends soon. Don't forget about seasonal promotions too. Holidays are prime opportunities for big discounts because shoppers are already looking for deals. For example, you could offer Black Friday specials early to catch the pre-holiday rush. Now, let's talk about how to announce these sales effectively. Use email newsletters and social media posts to spread the word. Mention the discount prominently in your marketing materials so it catches attention right away. And make sure the deal is easy for customers to find. Don't bury it deep within your website where they might miss it. When crafting your discounts, think about what would appeal most to your target audience. Maybe offering free shipping with a purchase over a certain amount works well for some customers. Or perhaps you could bundle items at a discount price. The key is to make the offer compelling and relevant to their needs. Lastly, remember that timing is everything. If you're running a flash sale on a Monday morning, when most people are still catching up after the weekend, it might not be as effective. Consider your audience's behavior patterns and choose times when they're more likely to be browsing and making purchases. So there you have it. Using time-based discounts can really help boost sales by creating urgency and encouraging customers to make quick decisions. Whether it's flash sales, daily deals, seasonal promotions, or countdown timers, the key is to offer something unique and compelling that draws them in during specific periods of time. Today, we're diving into something fascinating: how numbers can influence our perception of price and value. Have you ever noticed that prices ending in 99 seem to be everywhere? That's not just coincidence. It taps into some psychological quirks we all have when it comes to pricing. First off, let's talk about the left digit effect. This is a cognitive bias where people tend to focus more on the first digit of a price than anything else. For example, 99 seems cheaper than 100 even though they're only $1 apart. The key here is that 99 looks like it belongs in a lower-priced category compared to 100. Another important concept is charm pricing. This refers to setting prices just below a round number, like 7.99 instead of 8. It creates the illusion of a bargain because we perceive those last cents as less significant than the whole dollar. In reality, though, it's barely different from the next full dollar amount. But wait, there's more. The way we present numbers can also impact how they're perceived. For instance, writing prices with commas or dots to separate thousands like 1234 makes them easier to read and understand quickly. This clarity helps customers process the information faster, making it seem like a fair deal. Now let's not forget about high-ticket items. Here, marketers might use terms like under 500 instead of 499. It creates an impression that you're getting something for less than expected while still acknowledging its value. This technique can be especially effective in luxury markets where perceived exclusivity is key. Lastly, consider the role of odd numbers. Many businesses choose to price their products at slightly unusual figures, such as 37 or 129. These prices stand out from typical even-numbered prices and catch our attention more readily. It's like a psychological hook that draws customers in. In conclusion, understanding these nuances can help you craft pricing strategies that resonate better with your audience. Whether it's charm pricing for affordability, left-digit effects to create perceived discounts, or using odd numbers to grab attention, each tactic plays an important role in how we perceive value and make purchasing decisions. Today, we're diving into an exciting Etsy strategy that can boost your sales, utilizing odd number pricing. Think about it this way. When you see prices ending in 0.99 or 0.95, they seem more attractive than even numbers because they feel like getting something for less. This psychological trick is called the left digit effect and can make your products stand out. Now let's break down why this works so well on Etsy. First off, it creates a perception of savings. When someone sees 29.95 instead of 30, they think they're saving money even if it's just 50 cents. This nifty trick can lead to more sales because customers often associate odd pricing with better deals. Another reason is that odd number prices are unique and memorable. Imagine browsing through Etsy listings, the products priced at odd numbers stick out like a sore thumb among all those round figures. It makes your listing catch the eye of potential buyers quicker, which can result in more clicks and sales. But don't just take my word for it. Let's look at some examples to see how you can apply this strategy effectively. Say you have a high-ticket item priced at 200, consider lowering it slightly to an odd number, like 197 or 195. This creates the impression of getting something extra special without spending quite as much. On the flip side, if your product is on the lower end and already has a low price point, you might want to round up slightly to an odd number just above it. For instance, instead of selling a small item for 10, price it at 13 or 15. This can make your product feel more valuable without scaring off buyers. It's also important to consider the overall pricing structure of your shop. If you have multiple items priced around similar ranges, using odd number pricing consistently across all listings creates a cohesive and attractive look for potential buyers browsing through your Etsy store. Now, let's talk about combining this strategy with other marketing techniques. For example, if you're running a promotion or offering discounts, ending those prices at an odd number can further enhance the perception of savings. Think of it as stacking these psychological advantages to really make your promotions stand out. In conclusion, utilizing odd number pricing is a powerful tool for Etsy sellers looking to boost their sales and attract more buyers. By leveraging this simple tweak in your product listings, you can create more attractive prices that catch the eye and persuade customers to make that purchase decision faster. So today, we're talking about how prices impact demand for your Etsy listings. It's all about striking that perfect balance between what you want to earn and what customers are willing to pay. Let's dive in. First up, consider your target market. Who are they? What do they value? Understanding your customer is key because not everyone has the same budget or willingness to spend. For example, if you're selling high-end jewelry, you might expect a higher price point compared to something more affordable like handmade soap. Next, think about your competitors. What are they charging for similar items? This isn't just about matching prices, though. It's about standing out and offering something unique or of better quality that justifies a premium price tag. Remember, pricing is not just about the number, but also about how you communicate its value. Now let's talk about pricing strategies. You could go with cost-plus pricing where you cover your costs plus profit margin, or use market-based pricing, which relies on what similar items are selling for in the marketplace. Another option is value-based pricing, where you price based on perceived customer value. It's all about finding that sweet spot. Don't forget to consider the long-term impact of your pricing decisions, too. Setting prices too low might attract more customers, but could also devalue your brand or make it hard to scale up later. On the other hand, setting prices too high initially might limit your reach and slow down sales growth until you build a reputation for quality. Lastly, remember to be flexible with your pricing as your business evolves. Regularly reviewing your pricing strategy will help you stay competitive and profitable over time. Think about running promotions or offering discounts strategically to boost demand during slower periods. So there you have it. Understanding how prices impact demand is all about knowing your market, staying competitive, communicating value effectively, and being willing to adjust as needed. By mastering these elements, you'll be better equipped to optimize pricing for your Etsy listings, attracting more customers while ensuring healthy profits. Today, we're diving into the nitty-gritty of adjusting prices to optimize sales volume. Now, let's imagine you're selling high-ticket items online. You've got this great product, but aren't hitting your sales targets. So how do you know when to adjust prices? Well, first things first, it's crucial to understand your market and your customers' buying habits. For instance, if your competitors are offering similar products at lower prices, you might need to consider lowering yours too to stay competitive. But here's the catch: lowering prices isn't always a straightforward solution. You have to balance profitability with sales volume. So how do we find that sweet spot? One effective way is through price elasticity testing. This means tweaking your prices slightly and observing how it impacts sales volume over time. For example, you might drop your price by 5 for 2 weeks and see if there's a noticeable bump in sales. Another approach is to consider seasonality and market trends. Maybe during holiday seasons or special events, people are more willing to spend on certain products, so timing could be everything here. Also, don't forget about customer loyalty programs and discounts. These can act as incentives for buyers without drastically lowering your profit margins. For example, offering a 10% discount exclusively to loyal customers might boost sales volume while maintaining profitability. Lastly, think about bundling or package deals. If you're selling complementary products together at a discounted price, it could attract more buyers and increase overall revenue. So remember, adjusting prices isn't just about making them higher or lower. It's about strategic thinking that aligns with your business goals and market dynamics. By testing different strategies like price elasticity, seasonal pricing, customer incentives, and bundling, you can optimize sales volume while ensuring profitability. That's all for today's lesson on adjusting prices to optimize sales volume. I hope this gives you some valuable insights to improve your sales strategy. Let's dive into creating effective discount strategies for your Etsy products today. We all know how important it is to attract customers and boost sales, right? Well, discounts are one of those powerful tools that can really help with that. But here's the thing. You don't want to just slash prices willy-nilly. You need a smart plan. First up, let's talk about knowing your product. If you're selling something high-ticket, like a custom piece of jewelry or a handmade wardrobe item, deep discounts might not be the best idea. People often equate higher prices with better quality, so consider offering smaller percentage off or free shipping as incentives instead. It's all about maintaining that perceived value. Next, think about your target audience and what they are looking for. If you have loyal customers who are always coming back, consider a loyalty discount program where repeat buyers get extra perks like exclusive deals or early access to new products. This keeps them coming back and builds a community around your brand. Don't forget about the power of urgency too. Limited time offers can create that sense of FOMO, fear of missing out, which often spurs quick purchases. For instance, you could run a flash sale where customers get 20 off if they buy within the first hour of opening your shop each day. Another strategy is bundling products together with a discount for buying more than one item at once. This not only incentivizes bigger sales, but also helps clear out older stock while making room for new inventory. Just make sure the bundle still offers good value to the customer. Finally, consider offering gift cards or vouchers as part of your promotions. These can be used later and encourage customers to return when they have extra money to spend. Plus, it's a great way to thank returning buyers. So there you go, these are just some ideas to get started with effective discount strategies for Etsy products. Remember, the key is knowing your product, understanding your audience, and creating urgency and value through smart promotions. Today, we're diving into the world of Etsy promotional events, specifically how to run successful ones that boost your sales and visibility. Let's start by understanding why these events are so crucial for your shop. They create excitement around your products, attract new customers, and can even lead to long-term repeat buyers. First up, let's talk about planning your event. Start with identifying the goal of your promotional event. Are you looking to clear out inventory or showcase a new product line? Knowing this will help shape the details of your promotion. Next, pick a date and time that works well for Etsy shoppers and fits within your business schedule. When it comes to choosing what discount or offer to give, think about what would excite your customers most. A percentage off or free shipping are popular choices, but you could also consider offering bonuses like gift wrapping or personalized messages with purchases. It's all about creating value that goes beyond just the monetary savings. Don't forget to create eye-catching listings and banners for your event. Use high-quality photos and clear descriptions so potential buyers know exactly what they're getting. Highlight the benefits of your promotion prominently in these visuals and titles, making it hard to resist clicking through to learn more. Once you've got everything set up, start promoting your event well before its actual date. Share it on all your social media platforms, email newsletters if you have them, and consider reaching out to influencers or bloggers who might want to help spread the word. The more visibility you can get for this event, the better turnout you'll likely see. During the event itself, keep engaging with potential buyers through Etsy messages and comments. Respond promptly to any questions or concerns they may have. This not only helps close sales, but also builds trust and credibility for your shop overall. Finally, after your promotional event ends, take some time to analyze its success. Look at metrics like how many items sold compared to previous periods, average order value, and customer feedback. Use these insights to refine future promotions and continue improving your Etsy shop's performance. So there you have it, a step-by-step guide to running successful promotional events on Etsy. By following these tips, you can create exciting offers that attract more customers and increase sales for your online store. Today, we're diving into the world of pricing decisions and how tracking performance metrics can really make your business shine. So let's get started by understanding what exactly these performance metrics are. Essentially, they're like the heartbeat of your pricing strategy, giving you insight into how well your prices are performing in various aspects. One key metric to look at is revenue per unit sold. This gives you a clear picture of whether increasing or decreasing prices impacts overall revenue. For instance, if lowering prices slightly boosts sales volume enough to increase total revenue, that could be a winning strategy. But don't forget about the high-ticket items too. Sometimes smaller volumes, but higher margins can still add up nicely. Another important metric is profit margin percentage. This tells you how much of each sale actually contributes to your bottom line. Keeping an eye on this helps ensure you're not just selling more, but selling smarter. And let's talk about customer lifetime value as well. Tracking this over time shows if pricing changes are attracting loyal customers who will stick around and make repeat purchases. Now, when analyzing these metrics, it's crucial to consider them alongside your business goals. Are you aiming for short-term growth or long-term sustainability? Your strategy might look different depending on that. For example, a startup looking to expand quickly might focus more on increasing market share through competitive pricing, even if profit margins are slightly lower initially. As you gather all this data, remember it's not just about the numbers. Understanding the nitty-gritty details of your customer base and market trends is equally important. Segmentation can help here by showing which price points resonate best with different buyer personas or market segments. Finally, don't forget to regularly review these metrics against your competitors. This gives you a benchmark for how well you're performing relative to others in the industry. And always stay flexible. Be ready to adjust pricing strategies based on new information and changing conditions. So there you have it. By carefully tracking performance metrics like revenue per unit, profit margins, customer lifetime value, and competitive pricing, you'll be better equipped to make informed decisions that drive your business forward. All right, let's dive into making data-informed price adjustments over time. This is crucial for any business looking to stay competitive and profitable. So how do we go about this? Well, first off, you need to understand your product or service inside out. Know its value proposition, target market, and cost structure. Once you've got that down, it's all about gathering data. Think of customer feedback, sales trends, competitor pricing, and any economic factors influencing demand. Now, when analyzing this data, look for patterns and insights that can guide your pricing strategy. For instance, if you notice a dip in sales during certain seasons or events, consider adjusting prices to attract more buyers at those times. Similarly, if high-ticket items are selling well, despite being pricey, there's room to perhaps increase prices without losing customers. It's also important to monitor how changes affect other aspects of your business like profit margins and cash flow. Small adjustments can make a big difference over time. And don't forget about the psychology behind pricing. For example, ending prices at $9 or $99 can feel more appealing to consumers than rounding up. Finally, remember that price isn't everything. Think about bundling products or offering promotions to create added value for your customers and boost sales. Regular reviews of pricing strategies will keep you agile in the market and responsive to changing conditions. So there you have it. By gathering data, analyzing trends, and making smart adjustments based on insights, you can optimize prices to drive business growth effectively. Thank you all for joining me on this journey through pricing strategies for Etsy products. We've covered so much ground together, from understanding why pricing is crucial to your store's success, to diving deep into various models like cost-based and value-based pricing, dynamic techniques, psychological tactics, and promotional discounts. You've learned how to conduct thorough market analysis and understand customer preferences, which are essential for making informed decisions. We explored setting prices based on costs plus profit margins, determining the perceived value of your unique offerings, and adjusting them according to seasonal trends or demand. Psychological pricing tricks like odd number pricing were discussed as ways to entice buyers. Additionally, we delved into how price elasticity affects sales volume and strategies for creating effective discount promotions that boost sales without sacrificing profitability. The importance of tracking performance metrics and making data-informed adjustments over time was emphasized throughout the course. Remember these key takeaways. Always know your costs inside out, understand what customers value about your products, be flexible with pricing based on market conditions, use psychological tricks to appeal to buyers, and monitor how price changes impact sales. Applying this knowledge will help you optimize profitability while attracting more customers and growing your Etsy business. I encourage you now to take these lessons learned and apply them to your own Etsy store. Test out new pricing strategies, watch how they perform, adjust accordingly, and most importantly, don't be afraid to experiment and learn from the results. If you found this course helpful, please consider connecting with me or leaving a review on the platform where you took this course. Your feedback helps others discover valuable resources too. Wishing you all great success in pricing your Etsy products for more sales.